Wow! Please, do it again.
What's going on, guys? Jerk120 back to teach you another powerful magic trick. Professional wrestling's only magician, illusionist, escape artist, hypnotist. Here to teach you more powerful magic. Here on How to Disturb Reality. This trick has a spectator, this effect, it's a magic effect, it's an illusion. Have a spectator pick a card, any card. What we're gonna do, take that son bitch, we're gonna leave it face up in the middle of the deck. From there, we're gonna take the card that's on top of the deck, the Jack of Diamonds in this instance, give it a little love snap, and it changes into that face up 10 of clubs from the middle of the deck, which means that face up 10 of clubs must have transpired with the Jack of Diamonds. Let's learn how to do that. Let's learn how to do that deal. If you're wondering why that opening intro demonstration was so kooky and so out there, is because I had tried performing this to the camera probably like 30 times, and I was getting kind of sick, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to have fun with it. And that's when I nailed it. So this trick involves 2 duplicate cards. What do you know? Cheap plug for the Disturb Reality deck of cards that features 2 duplicate cards. Get it now on Kickstarter, hop on over, it's already fully funded, so guaranteed if you fund this, you'll get your deck of cards. It's the best deck of cards in the world. Am I wrong? Probably. But if you want to show support to me for teaching you some cool magic tricks and get a cool deck of cards that has 2 duplicates already in it, so you don't have to buy 2 Disturb Reality decks of cards to do awesome magic. You only need 1. You only need 1. With this trick, the way we're going to set this puppy up is you're going to put 10 of clubs, Jack of Diamonds, 10 of clubs on top of the deck. That's the order which we're going in, okay? 10, Jack, 10. We're going to put the other Jack of Diamonds face up into the middle of the deck, okay? You see that going in there? And what we're going to do, or what I did in the demonstration, was I did a little swing cut. I did one of these numbers. Careful not to flash that Jack of Diamonds. Kept it directly over your eyes, kept it fast, so you didn't see much, didn't see a face-up card. And I did a swing cut, burying that face-up Jack of Diamonds on the bottom. Had I gone too little and then done this force on you, you would have seen the face-up Jack of Diamonds. But if I swing cut more than I need to, now the Jack is on the bottom. And I did this fancy little move where I chucked the cards on top of the deck and it leaves a mark so I can come back, catch a break later whenever I want to. And that is just a toss with my hand angled down, and what ends up happening is it hits and the cards slide, allowing me to see where that is. And it just looks like a throw, looks like nothing's, no big deal. So I pick up from the break where our 10 Jack 10 is, and our face up Jack of Diamonds is somewhere down here if I'm not mistaken. There it is. So it won't be seen by our spectator. From here, gonna have to either do a classic force or a spread jog force. I mean, there's other ways to force this card, but I recommend the classic force for this trick, and that's the way I'm gonna teach it. So you do the classic force, boom, they take that 10 of clubs. From there, keep your break on the Jack and the 10 down here, and you're going to you can either do the pass, or if you don't want to do the pass, you can do some double undercuts to get that back to where it needs to be. So these are now on top, and then our face up Jack of Diamonds is in the middle. Or what you could do is what I did in the demonstration, where I took out the 10 of clubs, and then I had my pinky break, and just da. Now our cards are back up on the top with our Jack of Diamonds face up in the middle again. From here, you're going to do a control, putting this card from the middle of the deck to the bottom of the deck. And the way you're going to do that is it goes face up. You're going to lift these fingers up and you're going to push the card straight in, which is going to angle jog the card. So you couldn't see it because my hand was blocking it, but basically this was happening. Put my finger on top, push it straight in. I'm just going straight. I'm not trying to angle it. I'm just pushing straight in. But because these fingers are blocking it, it naturally comes out like this. But because I do it with these fingers, these middle and ring finger, what I can do from here is it actually curls around my thumb in this corner. It allows me to steal it here, both with this thumb and with this pinky down here, and steal it out, do a little angling, and put it face up on the bottom. But when you're going like relatively quickly, it'll look just like that. And when it's aimed at your spectator's eyes, it'll be even more difficult to catch. It's coming something like that without, flashing. This is at one of those, practice it in the mirror, practice it in webcam, practice it on a camera, on an iPhone, on Snapchat, on Instagram, wherever the case may be. Just make sure you tag me in it so I can see your progress and say, hey, it looked good, or hey, looked like shit, keep it up. But you're doing good at the same time. So, I'm here for the tough love, people. So, angle jog, puts it in, steal that out, slip it to the bottom, boom. Trick's basically done. I was having a lot of trouble here at this part. So now they believe the card is face up in the middle of the 10 of clubs. So you take the next card down, the Jack of diamonds, and now you need to get a break under this card, but you don't necessarily want to do the riffle. If you risk trying to just finger grab it perfectly, you might screw up. And if you do what I normally teach, the wrist kill to get this break, you don't want to just show like that. You don't want to show you doing that. That looks bad. Normally I would say do a wrist kill and get the break, but now we have a face up card on the bottom. So if you do a wrist kill, you're going to flash the secret. So what I did before, after so many tries, is I just took these two cards before I even started, and I just put a little bend in them. So when I was in this, even from the very beginning, from the very start, finally, they do the classic force. They got that card. We control it back to the top. Our cards are here. We do that gimmick where we steal it and put it to the bottom. Now, when I turn this card over, bam, bam, it's ready for me to grip. Yeah. So, got that grip. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So we get that grip with the thumb, index finger comes over, you're going to execute a snap change here. Try to keep these cards flush. So it's bending out, boom, your thumb can easily get it. Your thumb can easily get both cards, that is. And from here, you're just going to do a snap change, which, there's a bunch of tutorials. If you don't know how to do the snap change, a lot of tutorials. I've taught the snap change, but it looks almost like that. If you're bad, it looks like that. If you're good, it looks like something closer to that. But if you're even better than that, then it looks even better than that. I'm just above average, so mine looks whatever. So once you turn over the top card, it's going to align with that little bend in the 10 of clubs. And again, you don't have to do this. You can just feel it out, or you can do the riffle technique. This is just the method I went after getting so frustrated trying to do it and trying to just naturally grab for it without flashing this face-up card. So boom, do the snap change. Take two. So boom, do the snap change and take it, throw it off to the side. And normally you could just spread through, but we have a face-up 10 of clubs down here. So if we spread through, we're gonna flash. So there's two ways to kind of fix this. You could do it with one hand, where as you reach across the table to spread, these fingers are peeling the card, so it looks somewhat cleaner, but there's more room for error. So boom, spread across, and now we kind of have this little jagged thing over here, but you did it with one hand. Cool. Or the way that I did is just as I went to square the cards up, I just from underneath my fingers slid it over and had my hand cover what was being exposed. really. So, boom, there's the move already done. See? So when I spread over, it's going to get buried. If I do a fast spread, then we'll be able to see that card seemingly directly in the middle of the packet, swapping places. Another cool card trick done with 2 duplicate decks of cards. Cheap plug, Kickstarter.com. Search for the Disturbed Reality deck or link in the description or click the annotation. The Kickstarter project's already reached its funding goal. If you are a fan or a supporter of Disturbed Reality and you want to get a custom-made Disturbed Reality deck of cards, my first ever deck of cards, hop over, use the link in the description. Just get 1 deck, you know? Why not? Why not? I'm Jericho120, professional wrestling's only illusionist, escape artist, and hypnotist. Be inspired to learn, aspire to disturb, and always rise above.